How does an offensive rookie of the year go from running the league, making a Pro Bowl, being an elite QB and MVP considerations to flat out mid the following season?
This is institutional.
Stroud, pressure again, loses the ball. Play action, Stroud, intercepted.
Rookie QB's numbers are always skewed, and either they're overrated or underrated for what they accomplished this early in their career. Defensive coordinators' lack of tape on the player in an NFL scheme contribute to the fluctuating numbers, which could either help or hurt the team's success. Following his rookie season, expectations on how Stroud could repeat or eclipse his success were massive.
You know, CJ Stroud, wow, they're going to be good for a long time.
Maybe he could take Houston to the Super Bowl or a deep playoff run at the very least. Of course, neither happened, but why is that?
CJ Stroud right now is being misused.
Think about how good his rookie season was. Peyton Manning had an all-time horrific rookie season. He led the league with 28 interceptions. Stroud only threw 5. Andrew Luck had the most total passing yards in a rookie season. Stroud with 4,557. Stroud at the time was the 7th quarterback named Offensive Rookie of the Year since 2010, and the only one to have won a playoff game that same season. Was it expectations, lack of talent, bad scheme, or something deeper that ultimately ended up breaking CJ Stroud, and can it be fixed?
Yeah.
Ocho, maybe it's just
Talk
me.
to me now.
What's wrong with CJ?
I don't know.
Chapter 1, Humble Beginnings. In college, CJ Stroud was becoming a very promising quarterback in the upcoming 2023 NFL Draft. A very talented player that showed poise in the pocket.
Yeah, he's a pure pocket passing quarterback.
Willing to push the ball down the field or take the underneath stuff, basically what the defense was giving him. Patient and efficient as a passer, and proved he had the heart to be on the biggest stages and perform well. Stroud elevated his play while the Buckeyes were limping into a matchup against the Georgia Bulldogs, and dishing out 348 yards and 4 touchdowns. Stroud ultimately boosted himself into top 5 consideration.
There is a clear number 1 quarterback in this draft class, and that quarterback is
CJ Stroud, Ohio State. As close to Joe Burrow as I've seen.
He did this against a Georgia Bulldogs team that was not only a top-ranked defense, but defending national champions in the Peach Bowl. And although he was opening up many eyes and shooting up draft boards, scouts were still critical of his game, but they could not deny that the boy could rip it. His play did all the talking for him, and throughout the process, the Texans had their eyes set on drafting a new franchise changer at the quarterback position. But we're going to hold the massages this time, please. The Texans' new regime brought in Stroud and wouldn't look back, selecting the QB 2nd overall despite the uncertainty on whether him or former Heisman Trophy winner Bryce Young was going to be the pick. Stroud quickly silenced the skeptics of his game and proved that he was more ready to embrace the life of QB1 in the NFL. While Young struggled, Stroud flourished and got underneath some fans in the process. CJ led the Texans as a rookie to an AFC South Division title and a playoff berth. Stroud finished top 5 in multiple passing statistics during the regular season, despite having a setback in a pretty ugly game it was shaping up to be against the New York Jets. But Stroud got knocked out of the game with a concussion, and he would have to miss the next 2 games. Chapter 2, he's arrived. Even though Stroud was named a Pro Bowler and got MVP consideration, the playoffs are where Stroud asserted himself and earned a reputation as a legit dude in the league.
In a class of his own, honestly, Sam. This is unprecedented, I think.
Stroud threw for 274 yards and 3 tubs in his home opening playoff game.
Stroud, good protection, loads it up, fires downfield, excellent touch.
Against the Joe Flacco-led Cleveland Browns. I don't know how that happened. He also had a crazy passer rating of 152.
Situational football, just gets rid of it, Hills, he throws, he's got it. Stroud strikes again.
But the success and fun would stop there for the Texans and Stroud. As the competition moved up, the young Texans team would get bounced by Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens.
Stroud blown up.
Stroud didn't put up the same amount of stats, no points, and his passer rating dipped down to 72.
Chased by Jones. Incomplete. 2nd and 10, overthrown.
The league saw that Stroud was leading the Texans in the right direction, but could he keep it going?
I was wrong. I was wrong because he's in the top 5.
Chapter 3, House Money. Since the Texans were able to start making moves with Stroud assuming the franchise quarterback role, taking advantage of his rookie deal only made sense.
Acquire in the same offseason a 1,000-yard rusher, a 1,000-yard receiver, and a guy who had 10 or more sacks. First time that's ever happened.
Houston spent the money and brought in more playmakers to complement their arsenal. Once defenses got more tape on the Texans, things were going to get a little bit different for them. And sure enough, in the 2024 season, it did. Stroud had a better statistical sophomore season than some of his fellow Offensive Rookie of the Year quarterbacks. Only Kyler Murray and Justin Herbert performed better. Stroud still had the edge in terms of leading his team to the postseason success out of all of them. In fact, Stroud is the 6th quarterback in NFL history to win a playoff game in each of his first 2 seasons. But Stroud's passing numbers dipped from his rookie season. Passing yards, touchdowns, passer rating, and QBR were all down.
He missed every pass on the route tree.
I don't know what's going on with him.
While teams were cashing in more on his turnover-worthy plays, leading Stroud to have 12 picks, up from 5 his previous season. Chapter 4, things to work on. Even though Stroud hit the ground running with some postseason success, his game did not improve enough to win more than one game in the 2025 playoffs.
Him as a player, as a quarterback, is not playing good football.
He held onto the ball too long, got sacked more, and rushed his timing, which ultimately affected his footwork and got him in trouble more often than not. Stroud missed some shots down the field, and especially over in the middle, which is some of his favorite throws. The Texans blamed Stroud and the offensive regression on former offensive coordinator Bobby Slowick.
And yeah, Bobby Slowick is not doing enough to help CJ Stroud. This is institutional. This is a problem with their offense.
Players were quietly speaking out, thinking that the lack of game adjustments and creating an identity was the downfall of Stroud in the 24 season. But if the Texans truly want to fix CJ Stroud, here's what they should do. Obviously, replacing the offensive coordinator was already a good move to me. Stroud needs an offense that's going to emphasize what he's good at: timing, pocket passing, and delivering the ball where it needs to go, which leads to him getting more freedom at the line of scrimmage to be able to read and dissect the defense pre-snap.
Stroud to the end zone, touchdown!
Which should give them a better identity going forward on that side of the ball. Second, get more playmakers in the room. I know they got some dogs over there, but once Tank Dell went down again, and then Nico Collins was limited to 5 games with a hamstring, and Stephon Diggs tore his ACL, Stroud was like a one-man army out there. And whoever was left, he was riding with. Take advantage of the rookie deal. Go beef up the offensive line, and then keep drafting wide receivers. Never enough. Third, the scheme will dictate how Stroud's next couple of seasons will go. As I said, he can beat up zone coverage, deliver the ball with accuracy against tight man coverage. However, when he holds the pill too long, see, that's when things get a little shaky. He's not an off-script quarterback like that. Quick decisions, timing throws, over-the-middle shots, that's Stroud's game. That's where he needs to live in.
Like that. Here is CJ Stroud turned loose.
But even with that, compared to the best quarterbacks in the sport, Stroud is on the right track to surpass Peyton Manning and Drew Brees in playoff wins in their first 3 seasons. His regular season accolades should take a step forward after learning how teams are trying to attack him. Now, I got a strong feeling that Stroud has the talent to take the Texans to an AFC Championship game, at least in the next 2 seasons, but only if the investment is made by the Texans and the commitment to greatness remains in Stroud. Let me know in the comments what y'all think about CJ's game, and can he take the Texans where Deshaun Watson didn't even take him? Go check out my thoughts on another former Offensive Rookie of the Year who needs to step up himself. Appreciate y'all watching. I'll talk to y'all in the next one, fam. Peace.